I'm Lisa, as you guys know, and today we're going to be talking about 5 different types of essay prompts. Now, when it comes to essay prompts, and just remember, prompts is just my usually preferred way of saying things, but you guys can also call it essay topics as well. I just found that as you advance into the later stages of high school, people tend to call it prompts. So let me know if that's the case at your school or not in the comments below. Basically, when it comes to looking at different types of essay prompts, you'll start to find that there is a trend with what the question is actually asking you and how they are phrased. So once you kind of identify which category of the 5 that particular prompt belongs to, it actually makes it a lot more straightforward for you to know how to answer the prompt or what you should watch out for. So let's get started. Today I'm going to use the film Gattaca. Now, if you haven't watched Gattaca before, then don't stress. This is something that will still be relevant for you, and if you watch all the way through, you'll still find that you'll come to understand how these 5 different types of essay prompts are still relevant for your text no matter what you're studying. So, the first one is theme-based prompt. Gattaca presents a world destroyed by the pursuit of perfection. Do you agree? A theme-based prompt is very straightforward. Basically, it covers the themes. Doesn't take a genius to figure that one out, hey? So when I looked at this topic, the first thing that I did was I looked at the keywords. I looked at presents, destroyed, pursuit, and of perfection as the main keywords for this topic. Now, because it is discussing ideas, this means that it is a theme-based prompt. Here we will most likely be talking about themes of human perfection, discrimination, and a dystopia versus utopia. The second one is a character-based prompt, and this is even more straightforward. I bet you can take a stab, but here we are. Irene is a victim of the society in which she lives. Only through Vincent can she learn what is truly possible. Do you agree? So, I'm sure you've already guessed it, character-based prompts usually center around a certain character or even multiple characters. So in this case, it is very obvious that it is Irene and even Vincent. So in this prompt, it is definitely about Irene and a little bit about Vincent too. However, with character-based prompts, I want you to be really cautious. We don't want to see an entire essay just written about one character. Even if this prompt is about Irene, as your teacher, I wouldn't want to see you write only about Irene throughout your entire piece. I mean, would you want to read an essay that's just about one character? Probably not. Spice it up a little bit, make sure you include other characters, and also make sure you always pull in themes. It's not enough to talk about one character and what they do or what happens to them. Characters are created by authors with the intention to prove a certain idea or to explore a certain issue, and so those themes are what you need to pull into your essays. The third one is a how-based prompt. So the questions usually start with a how. How is Vincent constantly reminded that he was never meant for this world? How does this affect him? So how-based prompts are really interesting. Because of the way how-based prompts are structured, it's not the same as a do you agree or discuss, where you can really take aside an opinion. With this, it's almost as though the opinion has already been formulated for you, and it's asking you just how are you going to prove this. So when it comes to your actual essay writing, a lot of it will be structured around finding pieces of evidence that support the actual essay topic. Now, having said that, it doesn't mean that you can't disagree with the topic, but it is important that you do explain the how of whatever the essay topic is asking for before you move on and say that this may not necessarily be the case in example XYZ. The fourth example is a film technique based prompt. Now, if you're doing a text or a book, it will be a metalanguage technique based prompt. Man, that was a bit of a tongue twister. So here what I've got is Vincent and Anton may be brothers, but their lives could not be more different. Through cinematography, Gattaca deliberately contrasts their lives for a specific purpose. So these type of prompts ask you about the actual way that the director has portrayed a certain idea. So here it's through cinematography. So in this prompt, it wouldn't be enough that Vincent and Anton are brothers, but their lives could not be different. And then contrasting that using using themes and ideas. Here, it is really crucial that you don't just talk about the dialogue, so that's your typical quoting, but you actually look at the film technique. So we're thinking about camera angles, we're thinking about lighting, costume, setting, music, and so much more. If you're not sure on your film techniques, then lucky you, I've actually created a video on this, so you can see it in the card above. The last one is a quote-based prompt. So we've got, I got the better end of the deal. I only lent you my body. You lent me your dream. What does Jerome gain by his association with Vincent? So with this type of prompt, I want you to really remember that we want to ensure that we include the quote somewhere throughout the essay. So if you look at this essay topic, you know 50% of it is pretty much the quote. So if we only talked about Jerome gaining what he gained by his associating with Vincent, yes, it's good, but personally I don't feel like it's good enough. It's almost like you've ignored half of the essay topic. So when you include the quote inside your essay, don't just include it by copying out and including it in your introduction or conclusion. That's not good enough. What we want to see is an exploration of the quote within your body paragraphs. So the best way to do this is to be able to actually integrate it into your examples and elaborate on it. I know that this can be tricky, especially if you're not 100% sure who said the quote, when it was said, or where it was said. But as a general gist, if you have a read of it, you should kind of be able to assume or make some sort of understanding linking it back to themes. If you can link it back to themes, then you've got this. So I hope you guys found that super helpful. If you've got any leading questions as a result, then feel free to ask them in the comment section below. I might either just directly answer them straight away in the comments, or if enough people ask the same question about it, then I'll probably make another video just based entirely on that question and then go further into details on the sections that you guys are after. I also wanted to share something with you guys that has been a really huge accomplishment in my life, and I don't know if I want to make another video on this specifically on its own. You guys let me know if you wanted something like that. But I am the 2017 winner of the Anthill Australia's Young Entrepreneurs Award. So it's only awarded to 30 people under the years of 30 age, so 30 under 30, and it has come as an absolute shock. An absolute shocker, mate. And so I just wanted to say thank you to you guys, especially if you've been subscribed and have been a follower along the way. I'm really looking forward to some of the things that I'll be bringing out for you guys in the future. So thank you. So until I see you guys next time on Lisa's Study Guides, I hope you guys have an awesome one. Bye.